Hey everyone, read the content disclaimer for a 13 and up and older audience this content's directed to. If you've seen our recent video on Bay history, you'll notice, hey, there's footage there. I almost just wanted to delete it because it's taking up so much space, but I thought, nah, I'll leave all the raw footage if you want to go see it. So you're probably going to hear some commentary that I do say in the video because it's in between. And you get to see me either fumble a launch or I managed to do it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and if you like a competitive MFB, I'll try to do my best to cover it whenever I have the time to record. And yeah, this is sessions on Diablo Nemesis, if you are wondering. So it's clear wheel stuff, it's attack stuff, or even just general footage on the stock. Metal Face 2, which is the heavy variant with both metal, BDRSF. The reason why we have this metal face heavy is due to the fact since we are trying to tank Flash, we are trying to hold out on our defense as much as possible. For Flash, we have Flash Scorpio, with again, metal face heavy, CH120RF. The metal face in this case would be specifically for the weight for attack. As we can see with the results here, while Flash definitely can more likely than not slap Diablo out of the stadium, there are times when Diablo is able to hold its ground enough where it can actually tank Flash and be able to outlast it either by staying in the longest or simply just wall bounce save. Next up we have Diablo Unicorno 2 BD145R2F. We'll try this up against Duo and Death Cancer BD. In the case of Duo, Duo proves to be a very good threat defensively against Diablo, making it able to decently tank off a lot of Diablo's big hits, though of course if Diablo gets that hit, as with any attack type would, but if Diablo is able to get a hit, which is pretty much commonly said for almost any time you use an attack type, you should be able to do it. But it does prove how defensively Duo is to be able to kind of be very, very annoying against Diablo, even with BD145. BD145 R2F and Death Cancer BD. Okay, now for the record, I did kind of confuse R2F and LRF, so I'll probably cut it or I have to re-record the lines because they're very similar. Next up, we have Death Cancer on BD against Diablo Unicorno 2 BD145 RF. Very similar to Duo, Death BD, tanks hits. Little bit annoying for Diablo to deal with. Yes, Diablo could obviously still win. The point is just showing off how it can struggle against combinations like that, or defensive combinations that are similar to that. Okay, we're gonna do Duo on like BD145 CS against R145. Next up, we have Death Cancer on BD145 CS against Diablo Unicorno R145 LRF. To quickly swap here, S130 LRF. Next up, we have Duo Cancer with the same combination. Now for an example, let's do a difference here with a metal face with the outer metal and inner plastic. Now for an example, let's try to give it a complete heavy metal face. Now ideally for CS combinations, you do want it to have it with the outer metal and inner plastic. However, just to show for an example, if you had full metal here, the only idea here is just pure weight, and only if it's in a very specific matchup like this, could it maybe make sense, but generally I would prefer just to use the outer metal, inner plastic for the CS combinations. But the whole idea here was just to show the difference in weight and how that plays a factor, and how defensively Diablo can actually struggle against some things like this. As we're going to be ending off with showing off its attack power, we'll try it off against something simple like a wing defensive combination, and for this one we'll be using the CH120 height. An important thing to understand is, aside from things like rubber hardness on your performance tip and all these minor factors, Diablo does do very good in the various heights as we've showcased, whether it be 145, 130, or 120. Lastly, we have Wing Herusius on 85 CS. As we can see here, it was able to conduct itself fairly well against something like Wing that is for defense. Next up, we have Gembu Revisor, E230MB versus BD LRF with Kerbex and Metal Face Heavy. As we could see, due to the weight difference, Diablo was not able to really budge this Synchrome. This is mostly due to weight and the power creep. However, let's try the main stadium of Zero G, which was the Zero G Stadium. Ideally, you're just trying to hard launch, and it's more sway attack than actual attack, since your whole goal in this stadium is to just make it rock around. Let's see Diablo in S130 to see how it does in a Zero G Stadium against Zero G Defense. As we could see, we got fairly better results, although regardless, due to weight creep, Diablo cannot be as effective as it could be, since for some general perspective, the combination we just used is about 70.81 grams versus 63.89. The difference here is pretty big, and especially in MFB when this does matter quite a bit, so it cannot be as effective as it could due to the weight difference.